defines a homes of the 1%. First things first, we look at land coverage, ensuring that each and every corner is as luxurious as possible. We also make sure that there's plenty of space for the kids to play, multiple lounge areas for you and your loved ones. And of course, we want to make sure that the entire house is filled to the brim with the highest quality materials. And last but not least, we have to ensure that it can stand the test of time. Welcome to our TatuCity project. It starts off with the perimeter wall. We are ensuring that it provides top-notch security, but of course with that fine urban touch where it adds a touch of luxury even from the outside. And as you can see, we also have the handcrafted wrought iron fencing in between, which just creates a dynamism throughout the entire perimeter wall and gives this particular property a very unique touch. Now we are approaching the gate. I had the luxury of being on this property as they were crafting these gates, and I just knew it was going to be absolutely perfect. This, I remember explaining, it was inspired by a very particular brand, which I want to see for all our followers. If you watched that previous video, let me know in the comments down below. You can see the texture, the color, it has a more bronze finish, and it just gives a regality to the entire experience of walking into the house. So of course it is going to be a full sliding gate for the cars to drive in, but we also have this small walk-in gate. I am just admiring the intricacy. It's something that took so much time, so much care, so much thought to actually end up with the end result that is truly personalized to the client. Now we are in the compound. Welcome! I am getting a closer look at this magnificent house, and I giggle every time because I remember once reading a comment where someone asked, is this a home or is it like a mall? That's hilarious. You guys are so funny. But it is a house. It's just the standard that Fine Urban is setting. And that's why you feel like these houses are just getting more and more regal, more and more palatial, and more unbelievable. We designed this whole entire area to have this gentle curve that goes around. So you can see that by how we put out the curbstones. And on near the perimeter wall, we've ensured to have as much greenery as possible. You can see we still have some plants that we haven't put in the ground because we want to pack this property full of as many plants as possible to keep with our Going Green initiative. So if we follow the line, you can also see the landscape lighting. You just know that those lights are going to be diffused so beautifully to highlight all these plants as it gets darker and darker. Just imagine getting to experience the sounds of water as you're driving in and out of your property, and then all around you, all around the perimeter wall, it's all this greenery. It really will feel like the essence of like paradise because you have the water and you have the greenery. It's such an easy transition as well to the backyard, and I'm imagining how perfect this would be for those days where you don't necessarily want to entertain guests in the main house, but you just want them to come to the outdoor gazebo, which you will be seeing in a moment. It's such an easy transition. So we have these stones so that we're not, stepping all over the grass. You're surrounded in greenery. And then we have that gorgeous corner over there. Those flowers are so vibrant, the whites, the yellows, the pinks, the reds. And then we have this gorgeous centerpiece here that actually emulates all those colors. I just love how we're able to really integrate any, let's say, artificial, because this is not like a naturally occurring structure here. Like, we'll add in something artificial, but we're going to ensure that those colors and the essence of it melts in so well with the natural features that we're adding. So this corner overall, so gorgeous. I just love it. I could stand here forever. So we have arrived at the backyard. It is so huge, so vast, but let's get into some closer details. Look at how intricately they did those muscles. I actually feel like these could come to life and really duke it out here, but I just love this addition. It is gorgeous. I'm not sure if this is the final placement, but if it is, it's stunning because you still have enough room to move around, and I love how it reveals itself as you come out. So we'll just see if this is their final resting place or if we'll find a different place to put them. but I love pieces like this. I think it's just a great touch. It's so fun. But anyway, you can see we have the stones leading all the way to the gazebo. But before we get there, I'm still following the perimeter wall because remember, when you're working with fine urban, it's a 360 experience. So each and every corner is handcrafted by us. I am drawn to how we have taken the color palette from there and kind of just thrown a little bit of it over here to create balance overall. We have more gorgeous butterflies handcrafted by Kenyan artisans. It's very, very vibrant. I feel like I am matching the vibe, am I not? Anyway, let's get into the gazebo. You can see from the design on the outside that we're gonna have a pergola on the outside. So not only are you gonna get that indoor experience, but if you can look at the doors, you can open them fully, both from the front and the back. So you can have this indoor-outdoor experience. You can truly open it up. So having a pergola also gives people an opportunity to just come outside and sit out here and still have some sort of covering from the beautiful African sun that we experience here in TatuCity. So from back here, as I'm looking at the house, of course we can see some scaffolding, but even at the top, you can see how we've mirrored this design here of the pergola, making sure that all the structures within this compound do have that harmony. You can already see the glass railing from out here. There's just a beauty to the exterior of this house. I'm so curious to see what's up there. All the way up there, there's a huge pane of glass, and I can't wait to actually see what those views are like. And down here, we have a basement area, but it's not a dark, scary basement. We're gonna create storage space. We're gonna have a games room. We're gonna have a gym. We're gonna have a whole like steam sauna spa experience in this house. Oh my gosh, you guys. This feels so refreshing. There's a breeze up here. I always enjoy these views. It's so green from end to end, and I can see the pops of color all around this environment. And I'm getting an aerial view of where we've just been. Oh my gosh, that grass looks like carpet. We're at the top of the gazebo. Of course, this is another opportunity for a lounge area because fine urban never uses a space for one thing. It has to be multifunctional. So up here, you can also have an outdoor experience. So we can have one area that's going to be covered up and maybe have like a fire pit, and a different area that's going to be open for the days where the sun is not quite so harsh and you truly just want to be exposed and maybe do a little sunbathing. So this is the perfect area for that. And I'm also getting a great view of the house. Can you see that molding up there? The efforts that are put into these luxurious mega mansions that we transform. It's stunning. Now that we're done with up here, there's only one way to go. We have to head into the main structure right from the entrance. Approaching a house designed by Fine Urban Real Estate Construction and Interiors is always a magical experience. And no matter how many times I have gotten to visit this palatial home, I am awestruck by the impression of these pillars. I go on and on about the height, but the thing that makes it truly magical is the craftsmanship. Not only did we ensure that the size was fitting, but we also ensured that every detail was impeccable and made a huge impact. So not only is it a textural wonder, but we also have the beautiful molding detail on the bases of each one of these pillars and going all the way to the top. And at this stage, you can see how we're going to emphasize that by playing around with color. We have a really nice warm tone here. It's very, very subtle, but it ensures that this is going to wear beautifully. And also the gray on either side. I just love how we've been able to play around with the shapes and the colors and the textures. And that is the true magic of Fine Urban's simplicity and luxury. They always pause right here to take it all in. The windows also have tons of texture and the same color that we see on the pillars going on onto the house itself. Over here, you can see that we have dug up this area that is going to be a water feature that is going to continue that theme of serenity as you get closer and closer to entering this home. This is my first time interacting with these doors, and what an experience. They are this beautiful, like vintage bronze color, and as always, the exquisite handcrafted details. I'll tell you guys, each and every one of these elements were handpicked and hand designed by Fine Urban, so can already tell that that design was intentionally chosen to continue letting that natural light pour in. We have a window here at the entrance that provides plenty of lighting for underneath the stairs, and the tile continues on. Over here, we're gonna peek in. This is gonna be the common bathroom, and then we have the lift shaft. And now I wanna keep going straight, but we have to take a right turn down this small corridor that feels really, really bright. We have the continuation of the tile. Actually ended up using this space as a shoe rack, which is really, really perfect, because once we get into the room, you'll notice that we have done the most that we could in terms of storage. But if you can find an opportunity like this, it's absolutely perfect. So we have plenty of room for shoes here, great materials that we will look at further in the actual room. We are greeted by the bathroom, and as always, I just feel like running my hands through all of the wonderful tiling. I love how pared back and luxurious these tiles feel all over the wall. We have this little nook over here, so you know we're going to be creating an opportunity for shelving. Everything is really tucked in. The cistern is tucked in, so everything is super seamless. We have, oh my goodness, this is where the headboard is going to be. I can see these ridges here, which is usually a sign that we're gonna have lights. That is to be seen, so make sure you're subscribed to see once I come back for the next stage. You can see on the other end how it's been cut to perfectly frame that window there. And of course, we have these big, lovely windows over here looking out into the front of the house. And we have plenty of storage. You can see here the bits and bobs. I can see the drawers have been crafted already. We have some of the materials still going on, but you can see the thought process of how we want to have the shelving and the hanging areas. And of course, another classic fine urban touch with the TV wall here. We're now gonna head into the living room, which does have two entryways. So we have this one, and then we have another one over there that we will be taking a look at. But again, we're gonna take a right turn because we are entering the first family room. You can see the lights are already in. It's stunning, it's beautiful as always. We have an access to the balcony. If you guys recognize, out there is where we started this journey. But we're gonna go around through the living room and access the outside and start getting a glimpse of those views from the inside of the house. Now, walking back into the living room, I want to focus on the inbuilt fireplace. I love that even though this house is like a futuristic house, we're still playing with like traditional elements. Like at the door, you saw that vintagey color. Like here, we have an inbuilt fireplace in the house. So it's such a great balance that we're creating in this house. I love the workmanship. I love how high it is. And as I'm looking up, of course, I'm looking at the exquisite gypsum design. It's so playful. We have to take a step outside. I'm gonna navigate through the scaffolding, and we're getting the first glimpse of the outside from this angle. So why wouldn't you want to make it so easy for your client to step outside and take it all in? Now we're gonna get back inside the house and continue with the tour. So now we're gonna head over to the kitchen and dining area. We have this access way, but if you guys remember, this was just like an open gap that we put there intentionally because we just like creating spaces that serve multiple areas at once. So we thought it was the perfect place to have a gorgeous display that will look wonderful for the living room and the dining room. And I'm now walking into the dining room. It is huge. The gypsum is relatively simple. You can see we have this door here, also leading into that outdoor area. But now we're gonna follow this linear design onto the kitchen area. I can see the makings of an island, and of course we're going to completely deck this out with customized cabinetry and the placement of the refrigerators and the microwaves. And if you're like into coffee and you want a coffee maker.
Classy. For the boss lady.
Yeah, you're killing me.
We are here to build your dream kitchen. We're also gonna have a chef's kitchen, which is right back here, which is currently holding on to cement, but this will be more of like the show kitchen, and then you have the chef's kitchen back there, which we will ensure is as functional as possible. love a spiral staircase, and I have loved that we have leaned into creating these concrete structures that seem so elegant and so seamless and so effortless, and yet I know it is not. I have seen the hard work that has been put into each and every one of these steps, and to create something that fit this space so perfectly without feeling cramped, without feeling squeezed and uncomfortable, feeling really easy and breezy. And it is assisted by those lovely windows. You guys, when we were outside, I was like, look at the facade and the big windows. This is what it does on the inside. So not only does it create great symmetry on the outside, but inside you're getting plenty of light at each and every floor that you get on. We are greeted by the lift shaft yet again, and on this floor we have another family room. We have another blank wall over there, which means expect some very beautiful things. We have some openings over here that allow you to look out into the living room and get a closer look at the gypsum design. But let's take a look at the rooms on this side first. We have yet another beautiful bathroom. The tiling feels more gray in here, very light gray, very exquisite. It feels luxurious, that's the word. Have this little niche here where you could, put your extra tissues on there, and then we have our toilet bowl in place already. Now this bedroom also has a shelf that seems to be designed especially for shoe storage. These are more tilted, and then I can see up top we put them more straight, maybe for shoes you don't wear as often. I don't know, maybe. But we have hanging areas, folding areas, display areas, but most of all, my emphasis is always on materials. Everything is nice and spaced out. We have a nice calm tile on the floor, beautiful simple gypsum design with rounded edges, recessed lights and cove lighting to ensure each and every corner is well lit. And I love that for that particular corner, I can see 2 spotlights, because that is an area that would be prone to being a bit darker than the rest of the room. So that is really, really smart. Although it also does have a window for the daytime, so it will get plenty of light during the day. We have an access to the balcony, huge sliding doors. We step outside, glass railing here with the chrome handrail, and we're looking out to the front of the house with all that greenery and the beautiful gate and the perimeter wall and all the hard work that our team is doing. We have a secondary family room. Whoa, echo. It's a huge space. It is really nifty to have multiple areas where everyone can come and feel comfortable, and you can also choose that the upstairs family room is the private family room, and then the downstairs one is where you have all your guests. It just gives you plenty of flexibility, especially when they're this grand with this simple, gorgeous gypsum design, and an access to an outdoor balcony area with views onto the gazebo and the backyard. Like, that would be perfect. We are going to continue on down the hallway. We have the opening here, guys. I know, safety hazard, Cynthia, that can't be safe. I know, but remember, work is going on. So of course we're going to have a barrier here, but that will still retain the visibility and the view on this side and also over on this side. And we have now entered another corridor. We have another massive bedroom over here, simple gypsum design done. I'm looking into the wardrobe. You can see the consistency in the colors and the textures that are represented. I love that this ties back into nature, because it has that texture that feels like raw wood, like unfinished wood that we just picked off the ground and crafted something beautiful out of it. So I just love that we have these elements that kind of bring you back down to earth. The bathroom here, and I love this tile. This one has more of a warm tone to it. Frosted windows, so you retain privacy and still get plenty of light. Obviously, every corner is going to be well lit. The views are so impeccable. There's a breeze. Whoever's going to be in this room is one lucky person. Going down the hallway back to these beautiful light fixtures. We're gonna keep going straight, and I love that the recessed lights are kind of guiding me. For this bedroom, that's the entrance. It's getting wonderful light in here. It's big, it's spacious. I can see that we're creating a display wall right over here. I can see the headboard also is being built in. If you were to walk through this neighborhood right now, you would walk around and be like, there's things I'm seeing in the design of that house, whether it's in the perimeter wall or the main gate or just the facade of the house, that you'll be, that's fine urban. And I love that you can also feel that essence inside the house. So here, nice big room. We have plenty of lighting, simple gypsum design, and this bedroom also has access to a balcony facing the front of the house. We're just ensuring that we're continuing that harmony and that symmetry throughout the entire house. So let's continue on up. We have arrived at yet another landing area, greeted by tons of natural lighting because of the big windows continuing on up. And while I'm up here, I'm noticing that it has changed quite a bit. The ceiling looks so different. I love this idea of framing the skylight, but also just letting it play such an integral part in the whole experience of this entire area. Oh my goodness, that is stunning. And I love how we use cornice to finish the insides of each of these squares. It just looks so clean. That's what it looks like. It's done to perfection. But also, of course, it's playing into lighting the staircase as well. Now we have where the elevator shaft ends, and we have the entrance to the master bedroom. But as always, I am a tease, so I'm not gonna go there first. We're gonna head in this direction. We have a bedroom. Ooh, what is this? Looks like we have some solar power. We have some batteries down there. But here we are into this bedroom. Now the people on this floor are the ones who are really going to enjoy that up-close view of the capitals of the pillars. But once we get into the master bedroom, we'll probably get a closer look at that. Every time I walk into this bathroom, I know some of you want to scream in the comments and be like, Cynthia, it is narrow, meow. Yeah, it is narrow, but this is what I'm telling you guys. It's not always just about having like a big space. It's about finding someone who knows how to work with this space that you have. We're gonna choose the right materials. We're gonna ensure that you have the perfect layout, and we're still gonna make it feel very special, very exquisite, and very luxurious. And you can see how we've really made a huge impact in this bathroom by having these bold tiles on the wall. But of course, we're gonna have the shower here. You can see we already have the toilet bowl, and we're still going to find the right dimensions for each of these things to ensure that whoever's using this bathroom has an easy way in and out. So we're gonna have a sink right over there. We're gonna walk back, and welcome to the master bedroom, you guys. And this is as exquisite as any other master bedroom that we've done. One thing I've noticed, a lot of people want to have an office in their master bedroom, and this client is no different. So we have entered into a space that is going to serve as their office. You want someone to be very comfortable, especially if they've gone out of their way to make an office in their master bedroom. You better make sure you get it right. Of course, we have this design element bringing tons of natural lighting into the space, and I'm seeing a little corner over here that does have shelving that has been crafted by our experts. You can see how we're sparingly adding in those textural elements that you know and love us for. And then when we go over to this side, we're gonna have a lounge area. And I'm racing through this because I just wanna go outside. Can you guys tell I'm having a really good time? I really love how sunny it is today. I'm enjoying the views. I'm seeing the molding and the TNG and the textures. And it's such a sunny day here in Nairobi today. So it just makes it wonderful. I can see further out and really appreciate the landscape that surrounds this property. It is gorgeous. It is wonderful. And of course, just like I promised you guys, I will never let you down. If I make a promise, I will keep to it. So let's take a closer look at the capitals of the pillars. They're like the crowns. I know they call them the capitals, but I would say it's the crowns of these tall pillars. I don't know if I've truly ever been able to show you guys the scope of how tall these pillars actually are, but they're pretty tall. They're pretty tall, but I love that we have that crown on top. That's just exquisite, it's stunning. And of course, it's playing into the textural elements that we've seen throughout this entire property in one way or another. And of course, the color is really, really nice and easy. So now we're gonna head into the main bedroom area and we need to do the twirl test. I think this is something I'm going to like make my signature. If a room is huge, as soon as I walk in, I'm like, the size. I have to do the twirl test. Is it twirl worthy? So we're gonna do the twirl test. Let's see. Plenty of room for you to twirl. This is a huge master bedroom, but as I've always said, it's not only the small rooms that prove to be challenging, the big ones also come with a lot of demand. How do you make the space feel homely without making it feel overstuffed, without making it feel too empty, and still keeping up with that minimal design that you've been seeing throughout the entire house? So first things first is right in this corner, we do have a kitchenette that's gonna have a chiller, we're gonna have some kettles here, you're gonna have a full bar. We have customized, as always, we're continuing with the same wood that we've seen, injecting that sense of like a natural element. We have a simple gypsum design that is circular, one of the hardest shapes to get right. It's gonna be really warm, and then we're gonna have a gorgeous centerpiece here. Of course, we're gonna have a huge bed over on this side, looking out into those incredible views. So this is what, like a picture window, but it does have a bit of a unique design. This is another space where I had a conversation with the lead designer, and he had some pretty crazy ideas of what he wanted to do here in order to kind of tie it into what you see beyond the window. Those are things that I keep telling you guys, subscribe to the channel. Subscribe so that when I'm here discovering, you also discover what we end up doing with this space. We have the big window and you can see the views. So the placement of the bed is perfect because getting up, opening your eyes, and this is your view. Like, how can you not have a good day? Ooh, there we go. So we're gonna step outside onto this massive balcony. And do you guys remember when we were down there and I was pointing up at this? This structure has been fabricated by materials handpicked by Fine Urban and placed by our experts, ensuring safety. Remember guys, the motto is safety is paramount. But while we're out here, we can take a moment to breathe and enjoy the extensive views that you get to enjoy from each and every balcony. We can now approach the paneling on the wall. It just takes me back to when I first started working at Fine Urban. My name is Cynthia Shoya from Fine Urban Interiors, and I remember seeing a paneling like this on a TV wall, and I was just like, oh, that is so wonderful. And the more and more I walked through the sites, I noticed that it was something that we had really perfected, and it added so much texture and character to different spaces. And over the years, I've seen how we've innovated and using them in different areas to kind of create a visual experience, a textural design. But here you can see it is kind of, it's being used as a demarcation to tell you you're now moving from the main bedroom to a more private area. This is a walk-in closet, you guys. Oh my goodness. I don't think this was here the last time I came. Surely, because it feels like a completely different room. Some cabinetry here, the material as always is spick and span Stella, and I love the fact that we have this uniformity through each and every room that we have walked through. There's a harmony, there is a natural transition through the entire house. And this, oh my God, I don't even want to get into how I do my makeup at home, but this is an incredible vanity. It reminds me of a project that we did in Mudaiga. And of course, it has so much space for all your makeup and bits that you're gonna use day in and day out. And you're getting plenty of lighting in this corner as well. It is magnificent. And I can see the continuation of the texture here in different dimensions, so you can see how the entrance really does tie into this room. This section here, with my current wardrobe collection, I don't think I could fill this entire space. Like, I would really have to just put things just for the sake of putting them. But I love the addition of the drawers for your, inner bits and your socks and your handkerchiefs, like any bits and bobs that you might want to fold and put away. These are the perfect places to put them. This would be such a great handbag display. Plenty of storage for shoes. Honestly, I feel like most of this is gonna be taken up by the lady. We all know this. I think it's a fact that we just all accept. We have this little grooves that have been curved into the wood where we're gonna have lighting, just to make sure that whether you're getting ready in the evening or any time of day where there's not like a lot of natural light, you can still easily see each one of your items. And of course, we have a big window here, the continuation of the texture, just framing the tops of all this cabinetry, and it is a gorgeous space. One day, you guys, I will do a tour like this and it'll be my house. It'll be my house. So, and if you're thinking of like building a house, or you have this entire crazy idea, we're the company that you should reach out to, and maybe I'll get to tour one of your houses and walk through your closet. So now we're heading into the master bathroom. You guys know I love this space, but now we have doors, these big frosted glass doors. They're just in place now, but I love that the frosted glass will create that privacy between the two spaces. And voila, yet again, the jaw-dropping tiling every time I walk in here. The workmanship and how they've been perfectly laid, everything just looks smooth and perfect. Of course, we're gonna have our bathroom here. You can have telltale sign of how we've carved out the floor, or you could just look up, look at the shower head and realize that this is where we're gonna have the shower. And then over on this side, we're gonna have the huge tub. You can see we've carved out a niche in the wall just for lighting and ambience, and also to kind of balance out any bits and bobs that you might need for your full spa experience if you're having like a luxury time or relaxing time within your own home and you just wanna soak in the tub for hours and hours. And of course, yes, there is a resistance. This wall is incredible. So this is the master bathroom. That's why we have this huge panel of glass that you can see from the outside, but we've completely redesigned this wall. So we're gonna have the sinks right here in the center. We wanted to design it this way intentionally so that our client gets unobstructed views once they're in here, and you can see how it fully affects the whole aesthetic of the bathroom. It truly does scream luxury in here. And of course, with the side openings, we wanna create spaces for storage. It is fantastic. And we have one more door to go through with gold handles. We're continuing with that frosted glass feel. So we're going to go beyond this door to the outdoor lounge. We want to build out a counter here so that our clients can really come and lounge and fully relax. Remember, guys, I said, gone are the days of seeking leisure outside your own house if you don't want to. Like, you can actually create spaces in your own house. You can just fully take advantage of each and every element. So this will be such a great lounge area to just relax with your partner, catch up on the day, or on a lazy weekend when you don't want to deal with everybody. Y'all can just be up here and enjoy the beauty of your property. We have come to the end of another magnificent tour here in TatuCity. These projects move lightning fast. So by the time I'm coming here next time, it will be borderline, like, you won't recognize this house. We only have a couple more weeks and you definitely do not want to miss it. If you have any queries, any questions, I actually want to find out your favorite parts about this house. I would say I am partial to that master bedroom and the master bathroom. So let me know what your favorite part is. Make sure you subscribe, leave your comments down below, and do all that good stuff. Share, like, all that stuff, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.